Well, I don't know why they chose me to come. After all, seeing all you people the way you are, I don't know where I rate in all this. But anyway, I want to thank everybody. Michelle, Sheila, the mayor, and everybody for asking me to come here. So I wasn't prepared to come, so I thought I'd write a little something. So I got one here. Let's see this one. No, I don't think this will be good. Helping the mayor run the city of Boston. Then I got another one here that's the big, oh wow, the big bomb that happened in Hyde Park, and they don't know who's responsible. I know, but I can't. So anyway, I have one here because they told me not to talk too long. So I will say this one here before I start. My glasses. This is what I wrote in the book. My mother had 6 children in a row, 18 months apart. Every one of us, she had 3 boys and 3 girls. I remember my mother always working, washing clothes and cooking. My mother made homemade bread. You would smell it from the street every time the teachers came to our house. So you see, the teachers in those days were women and they couldn't get married. And they used to walk a lot, they never had a car. Just the guys had the car. They would smell the bread, and my mother was right there and handed them a bowl. She went through a lot of flour in those days. Flour sacks were soft. They were made of cotton that was better than any cloth you could get to buy. So my mother would make pillowcases out of them and dresses too. The baker named Rivers Easy had a horse and a buggy. I'm telling you my age now. And he would deliver the bread to every Italian home that would make bread. Our regular meals during the week were like holiday meals. We had a black oil stove and food was always on it. When any of the neighbors got sick, we would bring a chicken with the neck sticking out of the bag, and the whole family would go and visit. And when any members of our household got sick, a neighbor family would come to the house with a chicken ready to cook. And every time we killed the chicken, she would keep the feathers and use them to stuff the pillowcases. I loved school because I had so many friends, and we were always joking around and having fun. Sometimes we had much fun. One day I got expelled from school. I couldn't come back until I brought my mother or my father. So I chose my mother because she couldn't speak English. But she knew enough. As I found out, my teacher told her about me and I denied it. My mother slapped me across the face and broken English told me, "Shut him up with your mouth." I was embarrassed. I wished I had my father's my piles that day. I grew up, served in the military from 1943 to 46. Then worked on the railroad. I met my wife Grace at Pat Mariana's wedding in 1941. She was a bridesmaid and I was an usher. When I met her, she was coupled up with another usher and I was coupled up with another bridesmaid. At the reception, I wanted to dance and talk only to Grace, and not the girl I was supposed to be with because it caused an argument. But I didn't care. That day after, we started going steady and got married in 1950. Grace and I have been married for 60 years. We'll go another year. My father-in-law lived 4 or 5 houses down from the store and was going out of business, that store was. He came to me and asked if I wanted to join him to buy the place and run it. I said yes. That's why we called it Mirage Market. First after my father-in-law and then after my wife. I had now 52 years in that business. I made friends through it and everything, but I haven't forgotten my mother. I still make sausages just the way she taught me, and they're the most popular item I sell. And I want you all to know that every year, the Mayor Menino has this party. For 12 years that he's been the mayor, he has me run his party, and I run 500 pounds of sausages every time he has a party. You this is because I know Channel 4 is there, and I'm having fun.